Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I am going to discuss and show you how we use the pytest skip as well as fail decorator in the using the pytest. So this is very nice features we can use to skip our test as well as we can mark the test fail. So why we need to skip the test? So suppose that sometime we don't want to run on our test on any particular environment. Like suppose that your test is only dedicated for Windows machine or only for a specific uh, version. So in that case, we can make the script skip. Sometimes suppose that we are working, but we don't want to run our test in execution, right? When we are running the nightly build execution, right? Whole suite. At that time, we don't want to run our test. So how we skip the test, right? How we make the decorator to skip the test. So basically, there is a pytest skip annotation. We can apply this. Okay, let me show you. Like this is the annotation here. Okay, just apply this decorator over the method @pytest mark skip. Here we need to pass the we can pass the reason why we need why our test is we want to skip the test, right? Like suppose that there is some defect in the test, so currently the test is failing. Maybe this I don't want to run because this test is not completed. So in that case, we can mention the reason why we want to skip the test, why we don't want to execute the test in our suite, right? So that's why here you can see one reason I means failing due to the defect and reported Jira ticket. So add the ticket ID. So when we run the whole suite, it will automatically skip this test and a report we will see the skip. Okay, so these tests I have already created in the previous tutorial. So if you don't know how create the PyTest, so go to my previous tutorial and watch. Now I'm going to run and you will see it will skip, right? So running the test and it will generate the reports HTML format as well as the XML format, XLS format. Okay, so now running the test. Okay, so you can see here there are 3 tests failed. All these tests are failed due to the assertion, and 3 passed and 2 skipped. So this test is a data-driven testing, right? It will run with both set of data, right? That's why here we are getting the 2 skip means this complete test is skipped. We can skip. We don't want to run this all the test which is mentioned in the class. Then in that case we can add the skip at the top at the class level. So in that case it will skip all the test cases which are available in particular class. Another type, like we can provide some conditional skip. So like let me show you here. So we can pass the here pytest mark skip if. Here we can pass the condition like here system.platform, right? Start with bins region only for Linux and Mac. So suppose that some tests we want to skip, we don't want to execute on the Windows machine or any specific uh, version, Python version we don't want to run, or any particular reason, then we can add the here conditional skip, right? And then it will not run. Like here I am skipping this test for the Windows. So if we run our automation test on the Windows machine, so it will automatically skip all these tests. Okay, so that's why here the reason I mentioned only for Linux or Mac. So this test will run only on Linux or Mac machine. It will not execute on the Windows machine. Okay, so let me remove this one. So now let me show first report how the report will looks like. So report is generated here. Open. Okay. In the HTML report, we will see 3 passed, 2 skip, 3 failed. Okay. If I scroll down, you will see the failure and this is the skip. In the skip, both tests skip, and you will see also the reason why they skip failing due to the defect. and reported it into Jira. Okay, so these are details we can also see in the report. Okay, now after applying the conditional statement, let me run the test and you will see both test will skip on Windows machine. Okay, so here you can see again 3 failed, 3 passed and 2 escaped, right? Okay, which 2 tests skip? Let's go to the report, open HTML report, and here you can see the skipped test, right? This is the class name and this is the test name, what value we are passing. You can see also it this reason why this test is skipped, it's giving on the report. So we can also use the conditional skip by using pytest, and based on those conditional statements, it will skip the test. Now this test will execute on other environment like Linux or Mac, but it will not execute on the Windows environment. So also if we want to skip the whole test of particular class, then we can apply this pytest skip condition on the class. Now all the three means this test and test second both will skip on the Windows machine. Let me run and now you will see test second will also skip. A 3S means 3 tests got skipped. F means this is failed. Green color dot this means 1 test passed. This test passed. So here you can see the report. Now 3 passed, 2 failed and 3 escaped. So now 3 test escaped. And if I go in the report, you will see for the class test Selenium demo, test 1 and test second. These 3 tests escaped. So by using the py test decorator skip if, we can skip using some particular condition. Sometimes if we want to run our test but we want to skip, then using the code level we can also skip this. Like here this test code, let me comment this, we can add here, so it will automatically skip all the class test which is available under class, it will skip all. So if I move this at particular test, right, so it will start the running the test, but when it will reach on this particular code, it will skip the code, right? So let me run and show you now. Okay, now here you can see 3 failed, 3 passed and 2 escaped. And if I go in the report, you will see same, right? This test fail, skip, 2 test, escaped. So this is the using the method, right? We can skip by applying the condition. So when this code will execute, it will mark the test skip. So we can apply this within the class as well as the within the file. So if we apply in the file at the beginning, it will skip all the test which is mentioned in this file, right? So we discussed like individual tests we can skip, and then give the reason why the test is skip is we are skipping. We can also apply a decorator, a conditional decorator, right, where we can give the condition. Based on those conditions we can skip the test. We can also skip by using some code within the test method, right, as well as the file. When we apply this, then it will also skip the test. Now we have one XFail. Basically, this mark test function as expected to fail. Sometimes we don't want to skip, we want to fail in our reports, right? But these annotations, right? When we use this annotation, it will mark the test fail, and we will also see in the report instead of skipping. Like suppose that some test which is failing and we are working, or maybe there is some defect, but we don't want to skip that. We want to fail that test so that we can count how many tests is failing. Okay, so in that case, we can mark at the decorator at the pytest mark xfail. So in that case, this test will not skip. This test will give us the failure. So let me run and you will see. Okay, so now here you can see X, then fail. Fail is the next test. Yeah, all the tests run. 3 tests you can see fail, 3 pass, right? These are expected, and 2 tests we are getting X passed. X pass means this is failed by S. So if we go in the report, we will see there is one more option is added to unexpected pass, right? Here in report we will get this is passed, but this is unexpected means actually this test is failing. So that's why when we are at X fail, then this test will fail, and in report we will see X passed in red color. We can also provide a reason and pass the reason why the we are this test is failing, right? We can like mark here a reason there are some defect in the scenario and issue reported created in the Jira. So we can also use the conditional fail. In conditional fail, pytest x mark, right? Uh, ex fail. Then we can provide the some condition like here system platform equal to bin. Then this is the reason. So when it will run on this particular condition, similar type we will discuss in the skip, and it will fail the test. Like this mention I when we are running on the platform, right? Our platform is bin 32, then it will fail. And let me run and you will see. Okay, also we can add this in a class level, right? When we add it at the class, then it will mark all the tests which is available under particular class. Under this that class, it will make that test failed. Okay, so now you can see here 3 failed, 3 passed, and 2 X passed. So these are the basically it will only mark the test fail when it will run on the Windows. If we run this on different environment like Linux or Mac, then at that time it will not mark the fails. It will not work because here we are providing the conditional uh, fail. Okay, so hope this will be helpful to use the XFail and XSkip by using condition sum statements, right? If you like the tutorial, click on the like button. Also subscribe the channel. Click on the bell icon so that you can get latest videos notification. Also leave a comment if you have any questions. Okay, and also share this tutorial to your friends and colleagues and leave a comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching the video, and we will connect. We will discuss in more tutorials, more topics in the next coming session.